What's up, YouTube? It's Rhino here. Gonna be doing some nighttime air refueling today. This isn't meant to be a full-up tutorial or anything, but I'll throw some tips and tricks that help me out there as we go along. But you'll see it's still a bit of a struggle. This is practice for an operation that I have next week, where we're gonna be flying at night, require an AR, and no NVGs just due to the era that we're flying in. So let's set low, BFM and weapons trainer up in nighttime mode, and we're gonna go hit up. It's Texaco 11. If it's in here at all. Yeah, Texaco 11, TACAN 2 X-ray frequency 305. Definitely 0. So we'll go ahead and hop on in. Do a thing.
Arco 1-1 on station at bullseye 093 for 25 at 24,000.
First things first, I'm gonna just turn down the brightness, screens. Not that much. And 2X right here. Wow. And turn the nav flare on. At least initially. There's 8.5 miles off to our right here. Call them up. Texaco 11.
Texaco 11. Uzi 6-1. Request rejoin.
Uzi 6-1, Texaco 11. Proceed to pre-contact at 24,000 at 300.
4,000. And then try to pull up on the radar here. Starting this tune, we're also pretty heavy, so I'm actually gonna just start dumping, just so we can spend a little bit more time on the moon. Two and a half miles away, so it's really getting on the radar. Create a little separation here because it is actually, I just got visual with him up there about 11 o'clock. You can see a little blue dot. And he's up on the radar now. Lock him up. 23,000 right now. That way we have altitude deconfliction from him. Yeah, I like locking him up. Gives you a little bit of ranging cues. So you're not just relying on the tack hand down here. You have the range here, and then also your closure. That's nice to have initially. Once you get a little bit closer, you want to turn the radar to standby. That way you are not frying the tanker crew with your radar. But here now we only have 5 knots of closure on them, so it's okay. So we're trying to burn off a little bit more fuel too. Could go into afterburner. Really start drying up the fuel source, but what we're going to do first here is we're going to rejoin up on him in a observation position off to the left. I see a lot of people on here that just go straight to the pre-contact position or astern. Yeah, you can do that, but in real life, fighters are generally going to join up on that left observation spot, then they'll cycle down to the boom, and then over to the right observation while they wait for their wingman to get gas. What that also does is it allows you to fly alongside them for a second, and you can kind of like just get a feel for their speed. 2.5 miles out. 5,000, that's probably good. And stop the dump. Focus on the rejoin. Start closing in on them, and we go ahead and just turn the nav clear off, and then I'm going to dim down the HUD as well. What that'll do is allow me to see the lights a little bit better. That's what I have to rely on in this game. Especially at night, I have a hard time recognizing my forward and aft positioning on the tanker. Just formation in general, I kind of struggle with in game. Put up on a mile out. 100 knots of closure. We go ahead and just kill the radar. Go into standby. Another key thing to consider at night is just keeping everything slow and steady. Not ripping up on them, you know, at the 100 knots closure, and then last minute throwing the speed brake out, run idle boards, just taking it nice and slow, get in position. It's a Turkish tanker, 135. Looks like he's rocking at about 325 indicated or so. We'll say now he clears the stern. Just pull back on the throttle a little bit. Drop down, make sure I stay out of his wake turbies. And move to the astern position. My AR door, with that ready light. Take it nice and slow. I'm going to lock my eye tracker here. One less thing I'm chasing around.
Ready, recontact.
Cleared contact.
Cleared in. Might need to adjust this just a little bit more. So what I have to do is I have to zoom in really far just to be able to see the lights. During daytime, I don't have as much of an issue seeing the lights or just recognizing my forward and aft spacing and everything, so I don't have to zoom in as much, and it's nice. Because the more zoomed in you are, the more you're going to recognize little small changes as far as how you're flying the aircraft, so you tend to PIO a little bit more when you're like zoomed in super far. Looks like we're good on the up down. Actually, just got a little high.
Contact. You're taking fuel.
Sitting a little bit. I can just barely see the forward and aft lights now. Zoomed way in. A little aft. Very small power corrections.
Contact. You're taking fuel.
It's so difficult at night. I almost feel like the envelope is smaller at night too for some reason. Probably just because I'm so focused compared to like daytime AR. Like fall out just a little bit and I disconnect. Remember to wiggle your fingers and toes. Just try and stay relaxed.
Contact.
Keep our forward there.
You're taking fuel.
A lot of aft movement there. Probably just disconnected. That's what also sucks about being so far forward is you don't necessarily know when you disconnect. You can't see the ready light, and the boom doesn't say anything, fortunately. I have no idea if I've been in contact this whole time.
Contact. You're taking fuel. fleet. Disconnect.
All right. Disconnect. Back on the throttle ever so slightly. You want about a foot per second. Falling back here. Move over to right side observation now. Get spotlighted down there. Then close the door. AR door. We'll move out here just a little bit. We'll turn our nav flare back on. Get everything set up the way you want for an attack on our target or whatever the next portion of our mission is. Alright, so that's nighttime air refueling. Again, I'm not the best at it, but practice makes perfect. And I'm practicing so I don't embarrass myself on the next operation. But hope you enjoyed watching. Rhino out. See ya!